Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, the Savvy Small Boss Live. I'm coming in live with a little guest speaker, so we are going to figure out how this works because I was unable to get everything I needed done and him to school in time, so we're just gonna roll with it. But anyway, I'm gonna give it my best shot, but I wanted to start right on time for any of you who do try to make it here live. And by the way, if you're watching live, type live in the comments, and if you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. So today we're talking all about finding your most profitable services and really tripling down on what's working. And so we've talked about when you're building a business, we've talked about, dreaming big and really, good morning, Missy. We talked about, I was just saying a second ago that I've got a little guest speaker here today, but we're talking today about really finding out like what your niche is, but not just what your niche is. This is going to be one way to kind of figure it out, but just how to leverage what's really working for you and what's already profitable in your business. So we've talked about dreaming. We've talked a little bit about the money side of things and how you need to price your dreams, and you have to build that business that supports that dream life. But then once you have all the clarity on that, what's next? Then you really got to figure out, okay, so what is going to make my business different? What is going to really set and make your business different? So what's going to set you apart from the crowd and also make you the most money? And so I'm just going to kind of flash back to my time. Well, I'm still obviously a spa owner, but like my whole time as a spa owner, in the beginning, I had this mentality that I had to do everything. I had to be good at everything. And, we had to be a little bit of everything to everyone, meaning, we had to have such a large menu. I was constantly looking for new services to add to the menu. I made like crazy substantial investments in my business to increase that menu. Like, for example, purchasing a hair salon to go with my business. Not the best move. I mean, it was fine. There was a huge amount that I learned from that, but it wasn't, it didn't actually make as much sense as I thought it did at the time. And, bringing in laser, bringing in different type of body treatments, bringing in different types of nail treatments. And so I see it a lot where people are always looking for the next new service, the next new equipment, the next new product. I'm a whiny baby, wah, wah, wah. That's actually perfect. No, but I'm not actually complaining. Not that he actually connected the two, but I'm not complaining about all of these mistakes because I learned. Shh, buddy. But what happens is when you're trying to spread yourself so thin, and this is what I found in my business and what I find in people that I work with in their business as well, is I found that unless I was able to commit 100% to each of these new services, each of these new things that I brought in, whether it was the equipment or the salon or, all of that, I wasn't able to actually turn those new additions into substantially profitable or even profitable at all ventures, because I wasn't able to dedicate 100% of my time and attention to it like they deserved. And so what ended up happening was, beyond just that, is it just costs so much money to try to do it all. You're spending so much money in your back bar costs. You're spending so much more money in potentially your staffing costs. You're spending so much more money in advertising, trying to push those services. It just ends up being more of a money suck than it is profitable. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make things work. I'm not saying that you should never consider bringing in new services. But what I want to encourage you to do today, and whenever you're watching this video, is to think about, what's already working. What's already really, really working for your business, and how can you leverage that and how can you grow that exponentially without having to invest more money into different products and services that you can bring in. Because what I found as well is that I was always looking for the next thing that was like going to save my, business. Oh, this is going to boost profitability. This can't not make money. Look at the numbers say that, this is going to bring in so much extra revenue. And so often I was wrong. So, and I know I talk about the 10-day challenge a lot because it is in this case, I'm talking about the irresistible promo, and quite often those irresistible promos that are created inside of that 10-day challenge are most likely the most profitable services that are in your business. So what I'm about to show you today, it's going to help you, and the reason why I'm saying that is what I'm going to talk to you today about is how knowing your most profitable services is going to help you determine which promos you create. It's going to help you determine, how you can package up these most profitable services in different ways that are going to help boost your revenue consistently. If you're looking at building a membership program, this is going to help you figure out which services should be included inside of your membership program. This is going to really just help you figure out, if you are spending money on advertising, that this is where you should be putting your advertising dollars. So this live today is going to help you really help you a lot, and just stop spending on things that you don't need and help you increase your revenue just by capitalizing on what's already working. And again, if you're watching, I see some people coming in and out. Let me know that you're watching the replay by watching replay, and if you're here live, type live. But we're talking about just one of the ways you can start kind of making more money in your business, but do it through investigating and really understanding what's working inside of your business. So for those of you that are here live, I'm curious if you know, and I know because I see that I know you're here, Missy, and it's maybe a little bit different for you inside of your business, but I know you do bring in other people for services. But I'm curious, for those of you watching, whether it's live or the replay, put into the comments, I want to know if you already know what your most profitable services are, your top 3, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, know it. And if you don't know it, just say no. Well, yeah, just say yes or no in the comments. But so when you look at your and I'm going to get into, it's very easy actually to figure out what are your most profitable services, but a lot of times people don't do the work. It took me a long time before I actually started doing that exercise, and when I did, it was really eye-opening, but it really helped. It was like part of the turning point in my business when I knew what we did really well, and I knew what my clients loved, and I knew where I was making the money, so I knew what to push. So first things first, you need to take an inventory of all of your services. And if you are a part of Spa Boss University, we go through all of these exercises from point A all the way to point Z, from like the first, how you start going from the dreaming to the pricing to the profitability, down to like creating like your most profitable services, your irresistible promos. It's all in there. So maybe you've already done it. So Missy's saying, okay, so it's salt sessions, guided meditations, and workshops. So you know that those are your most profitable services. Good. So what you want to do is, for those that have not done that, you want to take an inventory of each one of your services, and you want to figure out what your cost per service is. That's the key. And so you need to figure out, you want to know your product cost in your services, you want to know your labor cost, and you want to know how much time. And the time and labor are kind of like the reason why you want to know how much time is you want to know how much, it could be the same if you have staff doing that. And then that's going to give you your profit margin. So you're going to say what you're charging, subtract the service cost, subtract the labor cost, subtract the time if it's different, and that's going to give you your profit margin. Certain softwares do it, but the thing is, not everybody actually utilizes that unless you actually do that right from the beginning. So whether you're doing it manually or whether you're doing it with your, just one second buddy, almost done. Whether you're doing it manually or whether you're doing it through your computer system, you want to then actually really look at it too and take a look at each one of your services and then figure out, you know, which ones are the most profitable. And then if you find that your top 3 most profitable services are not ones that kind of light you up, then that's something that you need to, that says to me that there was some of that groundwork in your business that maybe wasn't done to the extent that it could have been done. So that's something that you need to kind of balance out your most profitable services with the services you love the most. But what's hard is sometimes if you see these services that are not your, you know, they're maybe your most profitable but you don't like doing them, or the ones that you love doing are just not profitable, then that's when you have to kind of do that in investigative work and get creative and figure out how you can combine what you love with your most profitable services. And that's going to help you discover your sweet spot for your core offerings that you should be using in your irresistible promos, in your marketing, in your memberships, and all of that. But it's important to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, what your most money-making services are, your most profitable. And there's a lot of things to consider, because you may think that it's making you a lot of money, but it's really, really high in cost, or it takes a long time, so you're having to pay a lot more in labor. So in my example, and this isn't going to be the same for everybody, but in my business, my 3 most profitable services and most popular as well. I mean, I don't want to get too complicated, because it also goes, which one could make you the most money, but then also which ones are the most sought after. But so the 2 combinations of the ones that made us the most money and also were the most sought after, meaning they were the most booked, were massage, facials, and pedicures. Those were the 3 core components in my business that people wanted the most of, and that I was able to create more profitability around. And once I realized that, once I determined that, that was like the core, like the root, or the, like when I was talking about the turning point, when I realized those 3 things, that was like the starting point for me really figuring out how I can highlight and emphasize and focus on those 3 services. And since then, I have not brought in any other services, any other like equipment or products, like, you know, big investment of products, unless it was tied to those services, because I knew that wasn't going to be where the money was for me. So now, by focusing on those 3 services, and I'm not saying that is all I do, but when I'm running promotions, when I am like all of these things, that's like the core of our memberships. That is like, it's just the core of our business, because I know that that's what I can get people into my door easily for, and that's what I can just leverage in so many ways. So I was able to really then figure out, like, if you're not making enough money in your business, if your revenue is low, then I could figure out if these are the most profitable and these are what people want mostly when they come to us, how can we explode it? Maybe that's raising the prices. I mean, that's like a topic for a different day. But maybe it's raising the prices, maybe it's figuring out how to lower the costs in there. But it's just, once you have those core 3 services, you're able to do so much with it. And knowledge is power, you guys. So knowing your numbers, knowing what your clients actually want from you, and then knowing what you actually love to do. If you can get those 3 things, 3 services that meet those 3 things, are the most profitable, the most sought after, and what you love to do most, then you've hit the jackpot, my friends. You will have hit the jackpot. So that is basically sums up what I wanted to cover today. And I hope that you guys can really take away and go through that exercise, whether it's already in your system or not. Go through it, service by service by service. Print your reports, get your pencil and paper out, get your calculators out, and really look at your numbers, because it's going to be a potential game changer for your business. And if you've been doing what I've been telling you to do in a lot of the other lives, like really focus on what you truly want out of your business, what you need, what you need out of your own life and for your business to support you. If you've done all that preliminary internal work, then this next step is going to be super, super helpful for you to discover so much about your business. So again, I want to know in the comments whether this is something that you do. So for those that are going to be watching the replay, let me know. Give me a yes or no in the comments. The question is, have you done this work? Do you know your most profitable services? Yes or no? And have you actually kind of gone through all of this process in the past? And if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. And then if you have questions and you're watching the replay, I will do my best to still come in and answer them, whether in the comments or on perhaps another week's live. We are gonna get out of here. Okay, you guys, so don't forget, so after this, I'm gonna be going back in to post the whole description. Join us over in the Facebook group, Spa Boss Mindset Money Marketing. And don't forget to join us in Spa Boss University. It is only $49.95 a month. And when you sign up for the 7-day scholarship, you get the first 7 days free. So I'm going to link to all of that, or you can leave a comment and say, you know, I'm in, sign me up, and I will get you up and running. I hope you guys got value out of this today. Let me know in the comments that, you know, you've gotten a gold nugget by typing gold nugget in the comments. And to keep the conversation going, come on over into the Facebook group. Stay tuned to everything that is going to be coming up in the coming weeks. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Let's see if there was any comments there. All right, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I will see you live next week and over inside of the Facebook group. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Jack. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Poopy.
He's into a thing calling everybody poopy now, which is super fun. Anyway, okay. Goodbye, everybody.